How y'all doing today, man? Very important video. I want y'all to tune in. Check this video out and listen. Listen with your soul and with your ears. Listen to what he's saying.
Topics real quick, and I just wanted to get into a couple little politic headlines that I seen going on. And the one I'm looking at right now is Trump approves military action against Latin American cartels classified as terrorist organizations.
Right. Now, here's going to be the tricky part with this. Right.
Classified as terrorist military action against Latin American cartels classified as terrorist organizations.
Right. Now,
Listen.
here's going to be the tricky part with this. China was trying to put poisonous fentanyl and poisonous pills into our country. The cartels wouldn't allow it.
So the Chinese found another way to get the fentanyl in, and that's why people are dying by the droves. But keep listening.
Trump declaring war on them as terrorist organizations.
He's talking about Trump declaring war on the cartels as a terrorist organization. Listen to what he's saying.
We may see populations of people blatantly dying from poison and drugs now. I don't think people realize the power of these cartels and organizations that operate in Mexico, along the border, and throughout the country. There are several major car dealerships that are owned by cartels. We just seen a very popular Mexican rapper get indicted and arrested for laundering money for some of these cartels. There are several secret organizations that operate throughout the United States of America, and one of them is the post office. I'm not going to say too much on that, but everybody who watched this needs to investigate that.
Say that again.
Throughout the United States of America, and one of them is the post office. Indicted and arrested for laundering money for some of these cartels. There are several secret organizations that operate throughout the United States of America, and one of them is the post office. I'm not going to say too much on that, but everybody who watched this needs to investigate that. To say that our military is going to be powerful enough to just sweep these people under the rug, can't say that. Due to the fact that right now, we have surface-to-air missiles.
Right now.
Smuggled in the country from Iran to Mexico to the United States.
USA.
They can't track them down.
And they can't track them down.
If
Get the fuck out of here.
Like these billion-dollar organizations that they call cartels that are being protected by governments and people in power, if you feel like they haven't planned for this day, you are severely misled.
That being said, look this up. All of any American citizen, look up the recent YouTube video where it exposes Trump did a secret mission on U.S. soil with our special forces. The Mexican government didn't even know that we were there, but somehow the cartels knew that we were there. This happened within the last month, sometime after Trump said that it was a declaration of war. Not only did he declare it, but we were already in fucking Mexico. We had special forces operating in Mexico before he publicly announced them as a threat or proclaimed them as a threat. We were already in Mexico. Look this video up. We were already in Mexico. This is a CIA saying this. Not only were we in Mexico, the cartels already knew that America was operating in Mexico territory, trying to find them. It got leaked to the cartels that we were on the way already. How in the hell are we operating in this classified mission? This is the American people don't even know about this mission. That we don't know about this mission, especially the further details of the mission. We don't know. The number two things that we know is that we did a classified mission in Mexico. It was leaked, and not only was it leaked, we lost the fucking battle. A few weeks ago, whenever we did that mission, not only was it leaked, the cartel was prepared. Look this video up, you guys. I am not lying to you. We were operating in Mexico's soil. Not only were we operating, it got leaked to the cartels that we were operating in Mexico. And not only did it got leaked, the mission failed and we suffered casualties. We suffered casualties because it already got leaked to the cartels. This will not be an easy fight, but keep listening. Please keep listening. All of America, black, white, anybody who claims themselves to be an American citizen, if you don't have a plan to leave America within the next 10 years, then this video is for you. If you're really here to fight and make America great again, this is the video you need to be watching. I don't care what background you come from. Listen to what he's saying.
So this right here, this will give Trump the power to go in there, like if they find a house and this house is like selling drugs or it's making drugs or having anything to do with these cartels, they're just going to be able to bomb it, kind of like they do in the Middle East, like when it comes to terrorists. I mean, that's exactly what.
First off, let me correct him first real quick. Bombs have been dropped on soil twice. The first time was during a black community. Some farmers dropped whatever from a high altitude from the plains. It dropped down and exploded on people. That's a bomb. That happened on U.S. soil. The second time was in Philadelphia when they dropped bombs during a riot. So this is not something new.
It's giving them the power to do.
Shout out to Kim. Like, we spoke on certain topics like this previously. People like it a lot. There are houses on that Laredo, Texas border that are owned by cartels. If we see one of those in a maritime action get struck by a drone strike, that'll be the first time in history we've seen a drone strike take place on American soil.
Drone strike.
That'll be monumental.
I don't think he's gonna do it on American soil, though. I think it's gonna be more like, he does it in Mexico.
Speaking of this, look this up as well, because I'm just like big homie CC. You will not find anything that I say on this YouTube that can come bite and back me in the ass to be false. Nothing. The cartels had a fucking Humvee, armored Humvee, rolling through fucking Arizona. They're already doing this stuff boldly, bro. And you mean to tell me that we're not going to respond boldly as well? Look it up. The cartels were in Arizona. It was 3 armored Humvees. And again, we as the public in mass still don't know about it. And you mean to tell me that I'm not going to send a drone strike? Not only would I send a drone strike, I'm going to send a missile. This is 2025. I'm sending a well-guided missile towards, man.
Places outside of America. But I mean, it is Trump, so you never know.
That's true. And that's the kind of president you need in these times, man. Jerk chicken on that ear.
You can't put nothing past him. But if he bombed on American soil, that would really scare a lot of people.
that
Now,
will,
if it's the
and
cartel, you burn
I'm
it.
just gonna go ahead and say it. One of the tactics that they use to instill terror in Mexico are
Listen
mass
here.
shooting events. And, all of the 50 cal rifles that they have come from here. We and all of the 50 cal
If he bombed on American
I
soil,
want y'all to
it would really
listen.
scare a lot of people.
Listen.
that will, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Listen.
One of the tactics that they use to instill terror in Mexico are mass shooting events. And, all of the 50 cal rifles that they have come from here. We may see mass shooting events take place.
What's today? What's today? Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Note this. I am telling you. Trump says that we will use our special forces, right? No matter where you go in the world, France, Australia, Germany, Israel, China, any country, if you take all those special forces, right, and you make them fight, it's gonna be a fucking brutal fight. America's not coming out number one. I tell you that right now. Not only is it not coming out number one, Mexico also has special forces who, what's that word that you use when, that defected to the cartel? The cartel has special grade military equipment to scan, monitor, and deflect anything that they want to. Called, what do you call them? Scanners. Scramblers? So, like, they can't be tracked in a way. They have all this military grade equipment. They have counter surveillance equipment. They have special forces within the cartel. They're $1 billion corporation. This will send America into civil war. This will send America, because you got civilians who's going to take up arms. You got the corporations who are going to do whatever to protect their money. And it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. That's probably why the Democrats didn't want Trump in office, because he would interrupt so much that if America is embedded so deep into darkness that if somebody of the light really tried to pull America out, it would have to go through a civil war. It would have to go through a radical change in order to get back to where it needs to be. A radical change.
Simply because, bro, these people. There's one town in Mexico where 30,000 men are missing. 30,000 men have
30,000.
been pretty much wiped off the face of the earth. Now, I'm finna give you some insight people don't know about. I've been down to Mexico. I've been in Sinaloa, Michoacan. I've been in certain areas investigating trafficking. Now, peep this. In some of these locations, you pull up on these shrines. They have these shrines that they pray to. They make these deals with these entities. One of the rituals that they do is, shout out Quantum Kane, they fill up a barrel, set it on fire out in the middle of nowhere, Cam. They take their hand, burn it on the side of the barrel till it's bleeding, and then they drop the blood over into the fire. They make a pact with certain demonic saints, basically. And they believe that in order to keep them alive and to be prosperous, they have to continue to bring lives. They have to continue to murder. Now, to join, after you do this, you have to murder somebody that's very close to you.
This is very. Listen, keep listening. Keep listening.
They have these big shrines set up. We ran into a guy who had a rosary made out of human teeth.
Human fucking teeth. If y'all don't know who this is big homie CC, man. There's nothing that he said on YouTube that you cannot validate. Everything that he said so far is facts. This is not Charleston White. He's not a manipulator. He's saved kids from pedophile rings. He saved women from pedophile rings. This guy is a true hero. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Listen to what he is saying.
These people aren't just operating based off money and power. They believe that they have a right by praying to these saints, these narco saints. This is the type of evil that's taking place.
Okay, so you got these evil cartel people that not only have money, but they're operating in a spiritual space, being protected in a supernatural way that the government wouldn't even be able to. They wouldn't even probably, they would dismiss it in court, pretty much. But we know that the supernatural is real. You got an organization that's using supernatural forces to stay in power, and you think this is about to be a cakewalk. When you got special forces who don't even pray to their God. You got, man, if this wasn't a time for organizations who are evil to reign, I don't know when it is. Christians are at their weakest right now. Pastors are at their weakest right now. The congregation is at its weakest right now. Those who believe and say they have faith in Christ do not believe in Christ right now. If they went through something, if they go through something, they're not going to immediately pray to Christ. They're going to first go to that blunt. They're going to go to that weed. They're going to go to complaining. Where is our true faith in Jesus Christ? But yet these men have so much faith in their God that they sacrifice people. And we think that this is about to be a cakewalk? When our soldiers don't even believe in Christ? When our nation has almost taken Jesus Christ all the way out of it? The only way you can fight darkness is with light. And God says, I am the way, the truth, and the light. How are we going to fight evil without the light? When all of us as a country, I don't mean us as individuals, all of us as a country has let this happen, has let the light slip out of our country, have let abominations reign in our country. And we think that we're going to win against evil? Come on, man.
Come for the historic sites or the coastal
Y'all
cuisine.
keep listening because it's important, man.
Our country's deciding to take them up as terrorist groups. They know the land. They know the area. They have the same technology. They were doing surveillance and kidnapping DEA agents that were operating in Mexico. There's a program that the Israelis made to hack phones. They got it.
The smartest intelligent group, or one of the best spy groups right now, or intelligence groups in the world, the Mossad, or whatever you call them. Their program is now in the hands of the cartels, and we think that this is about to be a cakewalk. If America does what it did in Vietnam, we're going to lose again. America had to withdraw from Vietnam. There was no determined victor. There was no we give up. No. You got an organization but this time they're funded. This time they're in your land. We went to a whole other place and caused a war and lost in their homeland. But now we have to come to our own homeland where they're embedded in our country, where they already have tunnels prepared. Not only do they have tunnels prepared like the Vietnam, so when you bomb them there's no effect, but they also have military grade equipment, great military grade equipment that we made. This is not about to be a cakewalk.
The counter surveillance that they do, El Metro's group has the same armored vehicles, the same technology that
Same.
any military will have.
Same.
This is not just going to be a sweep.
It's not.
There will be, we might see some crazy things take place because when you land at certain airports in Mexico, the cartels have their own cell tower. So they're able to monitor that. They know who's coming in, who's coming out. They also have built several tunnels. There's a location in Arizona where, you pay a certain amount of money, you can traverse through a tunnel and come out on the other side on American soil. They charge a lot of money for that.
A lot of money.
It's no coincidence that we see a lot of these cartel chiefs and captains get arrested on American soil, right or wrong.
I hear you.
So, that's concerning. That's very concerning to me. In order to instill terror, they're going to use the same methodology that they use in Mexico. And we may see that happen on American soil. I was told they brought special forces involved into this. I mean, that's the right group to do it, but there will be responses to anything that takes place. And I feel like our people need to be alert and aware of that for sure.
And I told y'all, Trump did. Not only did we operate in Mexico during a secret mission, it was exposed already to the cartel. Not only was it exposed, but we lost that battle. Not only did we lose the battle, but we suffered casualties. Look this up, man. He also said, and this is facts, the Chinese and the cartels have now been in bed together for like the past year. That's why all these Americans are dying off this fentanyl. They have been seen or caught doing business together. Look this up. The cartel and the Chinese in bed together. We are facing threats from so many angles that the cartel and the Chinese, the ones who controls the drugs and the ones who controls the technologies, hacking us at every single place, stealing our money, stealing our land, just poking at us, poking. And now they're in bed with the cartel? You don't even need Russia or Germany or any of our enemies to get involved. That's all you need. Somebody who can kill them at the bottom and somebody who can snipe them from up top. This is a message that America needs to see because we are facing threats that we truly don't comprehend. And to all you militias out there, the comedian stand-up, the comedian Earthquake did a stand-up. And he specifically said to all you racist motherfuckers out there, with your militias, in your groups, this is your time. And I'm gonna say it again, to the black militias, to the white militias. If you're here for America, put your racist bullshit aside because America's in trouble again. And you have a young black man exposing the truth. When shit hits the fan, y'all better be ready to protect America. Not to protect your fucking ideologies, not to protect your own kind, but to protect America. Veterans, once you see this shit hits the fan, you should already know to be prepared. So much is about to happen. But we've low-key been prepared for this. Psychologically, like we know like something's we knew this was on the horizon. We felt this for years, like, bro, something's coming, bro. Something's coming. For America. I don't care about anybody else. I'm talking about for America. The American people, we gotta prepare and we gotta keep our eyes open and we gotta be vigilant to the threats. The ones that, come from physical harm and also the threats from what we hear. The music that we're listening to is so harmful and is such a threat to our souls and our embodiment as people. Stop listening to that harmful rap, man. Stop listening to that stuff. All the killing and drill this and kill that. Man, come on, bro. Peace and love, everybody. Stay tuned.